is Borror. I'm 25 years old. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I am a master's candidate in the Arts Administration program. I was always very interested in the arts as a young person, and I decided to sort of increase the amount of time that I spent working on my art. So I went to a boarding school in Boston called Walnut Hill, and I graduated from there and was accepted into the Juilliard School here in New York City, where I completed my undergrad in 2010. I got a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Dance. Prior to graduation, I was hired by a ballet company based here in New York City called Ballet Hispanico, and I danced there for 3 seasons, traveled to over 25 different states, 3 different countries, and did probably around 200 performances. I found myself bored in the role of interpreter. I found that I was really limited in terms of my skill set and how I was contributing to dance, and I've always been very passionate about dance itself, and I found that I was sort of being more self-serving than being a servant of dance, and I really wanted to come and expand my tool set so that I could make more of a difference in the actual world of dance rather than just make myself more important in the world of dance. I'm really interested in learning how to think critically about problems that we don't know the answer to yet. I'm excited to be challenged by my peers for questions or ideas that I've had about arts management that I really haven't had anyone to have a lively discourse with, and already within 2 weeks of being here, we've had lots and lots of very lively conversations. Having worked in a dance organization as sort of a cog in the machine, I've definitely had a pretty deep perspective on what it takes to function in an organization, and also what to do and what not to do to really move forward as an artistic entity. And the main struggle that I'm really curious about is the sort of dichotomy between keeping artistic integrity but also making good business decisions, which always aren't necessarily in the best interest of each other. For me, working in a culturally specific organization was very helpful in terms of understanding the need of a role to be filled by an arts organization for a specific community, and seeing sort of how we can find audiences that are in need of a voice and be able to speak to them and for them and sort of appeal to a range of people that maybe wouldn't necessarily go to a ballet performance but do have a connection to a culture that would bring them to something that broadens the horizon of what it means to be a part of that culture. The arts in general, I think, require a sensitivity towards their introduction into people's education path, and for me, teaching dance is just as important as dancing itself. You have to be able to pass on physical information, things that really you can't write in a book, that you have to show people, and that communication with a younger generation to me is very valuable for making sure that I feel like I'm preserving my form by introducing it to new people. Likewise, being at TC, I think I will definitely be able to use the skills that I'm learning in the classes that I'm taking to enhance my teaching that is unrelated to the program, but that I would do anyway. It's like I have a whole new skill set to make better what I'm already doing. I'm very interested in choreography. The sort of the content of the degree program in arts administration sort of is leading me towards a more director type path. So I'm doing this project with Lincoln Center Education. It's called Meet the Artist, and the specific program that I'm working on developing is an hour-long work called Dancing the Grimm about fairy tales, and it's geared for New York City public school children that are bused to Lincoln Center to have this cultural experience. And for me, I am on the artistic side of it, choreographing and sort of, telling these stories, but at the same time, I'm now able to implement the tools that I'm learning at Teachers College to market it, to make it my own personal brand in the future, so that as I move forward, it's mine, and I can use it as something that serves me and the community. Already, just from being here, I have found so many people to have conversations that I've been burning to have for so long that even after 2 weeks, there's no question in my mind that coming here was the right decision. And for me, I can only see more opportunities for myself in the future coming from this program than less, and that's an exciting feeling.